On this episode, we're going to be discussing home security and a home security breach. I'll see you in just a second. All right, guys, this is AGG, your average gun guy. And as promised, on this video, we're going to be discussing home security and a home security breach that my guy John over at Warrior Poet Society discussed on his channel. So this is just going to be a small little review or a preview on what he faced. We're going to discuss some of the things that he went through. I'm going to give you my little feedback on it, and I would love to hear what you guys would do in the same scenario. So let's go ahead and take a look.
My wife and I were tending to chickens down here at my barn. As we were doing so, my youngest son came onto my porch in my house. There's some ways distance between my house and barn, and he's yelling about a man and a heat stroke. My ears prick up because I'm like, a man, what is going on? And I move into kind of a security mode, which doesn't really happen. My adrenaline is up. I jump in my side-by-side and I jet up to the house and I kind of pull in diagonally. So I've got some distance from my front and rear porches, some standoff distance so I can evaluate, get eyes on anybody that could be a security threat, and have some distance that I can play with to a tactical advantage. So anyway, I immediately ID some dude on my front porch, and this is very upsetting. I live out in the country. No one just walks up on your house like it apparently happened here. There were no vehicles, and so if you're at my property, you meant to be there. It's like nobody just walks up here. So I have a 12 gauge shotgun on me, and at the ready, I yell at him, hands up! And he immediately complies, hands shoot up, shocked expression. Then I have him do a circle, and then again with his shirt up so I can evaluate his waistline. At this point, I have ID'd there's nothing in his hands. He's wearing like loose athletic shorts so that the weight of a gun or other bigger weapon would weight it down. He doesn't have anything in his waistline. I'm like, I don't think this joker is armed. And as I'm looking at his countenance, his face, his bald head, he's pouring sweat, he's beat, red, and it looks like the guy is about to go into cardiac arrest. And so I shift a bit from the tactical, be ready to defend my boys, to this is a medical emergency now. Now at this point, I close the distance from the side-by-side to my front porch. Close the distance quickly. I'm keeping eyes on. I don't bring my shotgun with me. I'm just going to have to rely on open hand skills if something comes up, because I'm not out of the woods yet in security, but now I'm really downgrading my tactical priorities to more the moral priorities of this dude may be dying, save a life. And so I start asking him interview questions. I'm like, hey, where'd you come from? I find out he's been living in the woods for a couple days, and his clothes, dirty look. It does look like he's been living in the woods for a couple days. He is telling me that he fell in with the wrong crowd, and he's so sorry, and that he OD'd on meth, and he thinks he's going to die. He had that same kind of stuck in a positive feedback loop where he's telling me over and over of he shouldn't have done it, and he's sorry. No matter what you ask him, he's going to talk about how he shouldn't have done it.
All right, guys, so you got the gist of it. Now let's go ahead and break this down a little bit. Now, John says that him and his wife were out, tending to the chickens, so he didn't have his normal sidearm on him. He did have a shotgun, and he was caught off guard. As you can see, the things that he normally had in place, such as his dog was not roaming the property like he normally was, or she normally would be. He didn't have his firearm on him or handgun on him. He didn't have a form of communication on him. He didn't have a way to be alerted if his security systems went off. And John said that he doesn't want to be a prisoner to security. He doesn't want to have to carry his phone 24/7 to check his phone, check his alert systems and whatnot. He doesn't want to have his everyday carry on him all day long while he's out, tending to the farm or tending to his children or family or whatever he's doing. He said that that's not something he's willing to do. What are your guys' thoughts in a scenario like that? Are you guys willing to have some inconveniences, or are you guys willing to, do what's necessary for your family's safety and security? And this is no shot no slight at John, not at all. I've been watching this channel for quite some time. definitely respect the gentleman and respect their channel and what they're doing over there. This is just, again, I'm just the average gun guy, so I want the average, take on it. What would you guys do in this similar scenario where somebody comes onto your property? Not only do they come onto your property, but your property is located pretty much off grid. It's off in the woods, like, eastern, western Kentucky, somewhere, or wherever it is, off in the woods, tucked away basically from the everyday, city life or suburban life. And then someone stumbles onto your property. What would you do in that scenario? How would you respond? Would you have responded as the same way John did and, drove up to the porch, giving the guy orders, while you've got your shotgun on him, allowed him to, spin around, turn around, or, what would you guys have done in that scenario? Would you have approached it with the same level of calmness? Or would you have been in a panic state at that point? We've got your youngest child in your household telling you that, hey dad, somebody is here at the house, or someone's on our porch. And remember, again, you don't live where there's neighbors anywhere around, so there's no reason for anyone to be on your porch. How would you guys approach that scenario and situation? Would you come at it guns a-blazing, being prepared to not shoot your child or your family, but would you come into that, guns drawn and guns blazing, or would you come at it with precaution? John did say that when he pulled into his yard, he pulled out at a certain distance that gave him the ability to kind of scan the perimeter, scan what was going on with his property before fully, before fully committing himself to any particular tactic. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think that a dog is needed? Do you think that if you do have a dog, is there any time when you ever tie that dog up? Because just like John just saw, he didn't anticipate any of these things happening. But at the same time, he didn't have his dog, he didn't have his phone, he didn't have his normal everyday carry on him. There were so many scenarios that converged all at once, happened all at once. And that's usually how it happens out there, guys. It's things like that are nothing that you're ever really fully prepared for. The perpetrators, the savages, the ones who are out there doing it to you, they're the ones preparing. They're the ones who are training every day in and day out, to try to figure out how to breach your property, how to steal from you, how to take what's yours, how to rape your wife, how to take your children. Yes, I have to speak this bluntly, because this is what's going on out here, guys and gals. It's a rough existence that we're living in right now. And it's not that it's so bleak that we can't change it or turn it around, but the more folks that are organized, such as myself, such as John, such as many other channels I see out there, Black Rambo, Lady Wick, GHG, RGG. I just found out there's another guy called the Regular Gun Guy. Shout out to that guy. I mean, there's so many. I don't want to leave out any. I mean, there's so many that I'm learning about and that I'm respecting. American Contingency is another group out there that I support. I'm not a part of them or anything like that, but they seem to be, just everyday Americans that are into freedom, safety, and security. And again, that's what this channel is all about, guys. It's all about survival, guns that you can use for survival. I'm even going to bring out swords, guys. I got samurai swords, Gensus, and indeed, I've got it all, guys, because you never know what type of scenario you're going to be in. You might need a sword. You might need a knife. You might need your gun. You might need a bat. Well, I tell you what, you put me in any one of those scenarios and I'm going to be prepared to the best of my ability, or I'm going to die trying to defend my life and my family's lives. So, all right, guys, I don't want to drag that out too long, but I'm very interested to hear down in the comment section what you guys would have done differently in that scenario. What are you going to do moving forward now that you've heard this story, now that you have been put in a position to that things like this are going to happen and that you're going to have to respond? What are you going to do? All right, guys, I'm looking forward to hearing those comments. Thank you, everybody who's been checking out my channel so far. Like I said, I'm new to this, but I'm going to keep on improving my channels. I'm going to keep on improving my quality. I'm going to keep on trying to bring you guys great videos. I'm going to be out at the range. I'm going to be meeting with other gun channels. I'm going to be meeting with other gun enthusiasts, other 2A enthusiasts that are out there, so we can go shooting together, so we can build camaraderie together and just have a network of like-minded individuals. We're going to be doing gardening, urban gardening, greenhouses, all that stuff, guys. So, hey, stay tuned. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and make sure to hit that like button as well, guys. It helps the YouTube algorithms push my video out there and, help me get this information out there, guys, because this is not my information. I don't own this. I'm not the father of home security or defense or anything like that. I learn, guys. And that's what you guys got to do out there each and every day, is continue to learn, sharpen your skills, train, and protect your family. That's what it's all about. So until next time, guys, this has been AGG, your average gun guy. Stay safe, stay training, and stay prepared. Peace.